Guatemala, do me a favor, Al. Yes, sir. Sit up here for me. I'm gonna have you so hey, Shalom, Yahaba, Shimmy Ashar Bakatham. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Thamba, Shimmy Ashar to our sisters and saying brothers. This is out there with ISUPK, started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Officer Apayat out here in Arizona. And once again, as you brothers can see down there, we got classes from Tuesday to Friday, saying from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And Saturday, we got the Sabbath service from about 10 to noon. Today's topic, I'm saying how to fight white supremacy. I'm saying, or what we call today white pride or white nationalism. I'm saying whatever term you like to use. First thing, let's go off. What is white supremacy? Let's start from the top. I'm saying what would one classify, like what would one definition of, what would your definition be of white supremacy without you having to look it up? You gotta look it up right now. You know what I'm saying? We don't get it though. Definitely give me the different definition though. If you mind asking, brother, what's the definition of like white supremacy to you?
Conquering the world.
Conquering the world?
Yeah.
I'm saying, brother said conquering the world is white supremacy. What would white supremacy, not from a UPK standpoint, but like from a worldly brother standpoint, you would say? Anybody outside of UPK?
The systematic action of the white race being the supreme race.
Right? White people being on top so much. You know what I'm saying? That's white supremacy. Right? Yeah. Now, give me the Google definition of white supremacy.
This is Merriam-Webster, white supremacy. The belief that the white race is inherently superior to other races.
The belief that what?
That the white race is inherently.
What does that inherently mean?
Something that you, the birthright.
Get that brother a hand. Yeah. That's exactly what I was looking for. You know what I'm saying? So, in all essence, the Google definition is saying is white supremacy is the belief that it's their birthright to be in this position. Whoever heard it saying, you don't have to look it up, but it's that black people was made from like Ham. Black people came from Ham, and God cursed Ham. What is that? That's a Christian teaching. Who? Everyone ever heard of it before? You heard it before, right? Like, was it Christian and one other religion? And Mormon. That's the Mormon religion. They believe that black people are cursed with a dark skin because God cursed Ham and made him black. Those same people that believe that believe in white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? The same people that believe that believe in white supremacy. Now, how would you fight that? How would you fight white supremacy in a worldly man standpoint? How would you fight it? Like, how would one, and before you answer, I want you to think about it. How would one combat? Now, we know what white supremacy is, right? How would you then go to war against white supremacy?
So from a worldly point of view, and the wrong way to go about it is to take up arms against the white.
Say it again?
To take up arms against
I don't know if you brothers can hear him. He said to take up arms against a white man. This is something else every black, Hispanic, and Native American must understand. See, the white man's position that he holds, God put him in that position. Understand that. God put him in that position. You understand, before you go into any battle, you must give your enemy the credit. You have to respect your enemy. Respecting your enemy is the beginning of that battle. Because what? That'll keep you sharp. You ever heard a saying that say, people say, yo, I don't fear nothing. The same man that say that, the same man will die. Understand that fear sometimes is a good thing. Fear is a good thing. What did God say? Fear is the beginning of wisdom. Right in Proverbs, right? Fearing God is the beginning of wisdom. You want to gain wisdom? Fear God. Why? Because he has the power. He has the ultimate power. Now, let's start with the white man. First thing we must understand is the position that he holds. God gave him that position. God have lifted him up at a high based off the wrong that we did, right?
Right.
So, how would you then fight it? You know you can't fight it with guns, but God gave him the guns. God gave him the power that he gave him. How would you then fight it? Give me the UPK version.
Zephaniah 2:1.
Let's get that out.
It's the book of Zephaniah,
We assume about black shit.
chapter 2 and verse 1.
Oh, yeah.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Give the brother a hand. That's the first one I was gonna put. How to combat white supremacy is what again? Read it from the top.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Zephaniah 2:1. I'm saying, go ahead.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Gather yourself together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Who's that nation that's not desired? That no one want to be. Right? Ain't nobody want to be no nigga. Haven't you seen today? Have you not seen today the condition that our people is in? If anyone know about the UPK, I'm saying, like Paul said, although I may be rude in speech, but not in knowledge. I'm saying, the reason why we use the word niggas and we talk the way brothers talk on the street is because what? When Christ came, who did Christ go to? He went to the people. It's how the people talk. I'm saying, gather yourself together, a nation not desired. Nobody want to be a black person. You crazy, man? Ain't nobody want to be us. We're the lowest on every single demographic. Am I lying? Look at the way we're treated in America. We picked all cotton. Look how the Mexicans are treated in America. Look how the Mexican people, when they say who worked the hardest in America, who worked harder than the Mexicans? Right now, they're making plans to bring the Afghans into America, right? And give them certain funds to help them prosper in America. We know they've been taking care of the Arabs and the Asians here in America, right? Now they're looking to take more Afghans into America. To show you how much they hate you, they're willing to take some foreigners in, set them up here amongst us, where you was born here. And they look at you as you ain't nothing. Your children are you ain't nothing. How long have we been voting? How long have we been waiting on the white man's mercy? To any brother and sister out there, let me say this to you. I'm going to steal one from the General Muhammad. The other day I was watching one of General Muhammad's class. He said this: the reason why Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians will never get reparations is why. Who saw that class? No sweat. During the time of slavery, was slavery legal?
No.
It was illegal during the time of slavery? No, it was legal. You cannot get reparations for something that was legal at that time. Now, listen to me. The white man, child, and even that little baby that come out the womb, they may cry and tell you, we know it's wrong. I had a white man the other day at the slave said, well, I'm not responsible for nothing. He was talking to a Mexican brother, and I forgot what the Mexican brother said to him. He said, I'm not responsible for that. Yet so they benefit off everything their ancestors done. He has enough to look at the children of the slave and said he's not responsible for that. Yet still he benefit from white supremacy. Let me give you an example. You know the reason why those brothers that's locked up for weed right now, weed charges, right now, in prison will never come out? Because at that time, weed was illegal. You cannot get any reparations for something that was legal at the time. Weed is not legal today. Back then, they were locking people up for weed, right? Mm-hmm. So the ones that's locked up for weed, at the time, it was legal. That's how the white man has kept himself afloat, right? Putting certain things in a play, being the devil that he is. We know the word devil means deceiver, right? Being the devil that he is. He tell you what, slavery was wrong. All the killing, rape, rob that happened, that is wrong. Well, if it's so wrong, why not put it into action? The action's so way different than what they're saying. A man's mouth can say anything, but his actions. they're not going to come out of pocket. Why?
Well, because it was legal.
It was legal. And more importantly, who can bring me home? Why he would never come out of pocket. The brother said it earlier about those white Jewish people.
They just don't. They don't feel bad for it. They don't feel like they owe us it.
I got you. That's not it.
They couldn't afford to do that.
Say it again.
They could not afford.
That'll bankrupt this country. Are you serious, man? If America give reparations to black people tomorrow, black people better be prepared for war. You see those white libertists and those white KKKs and those white militia groups, they're gonna wage war tomorrow. Tell me I'm wrong. You know go ahead, Al.
Salaki, sir. The brother Razan said, Salaki Adawan, weed is still illegal on the federal level. So they can still lock you up for it.
You're right. But I said it wrong. Hey, in fact, the brother's 100% right. Because now today you have to have a what? A medical marijuana card, right? As long as they give you permission for it. No different than a prohibition era. Right? At one time, alcohol was illegal. All them devils that was smuggling alcohol in and moonshine, that's what it is. One time that was illegal, right? All them people they lock up. And now what? They were able to tax it now, so they made it legal. Mm-hmm. That's the white man. It's like cigarettes. You know how much people cigarettes kill, man? Cigarettes not only kill you, but it kill everybody else around you. Pollutes the air. Why is cigarettes legal? Because they can tax it. Everything has to do with the so-called white man is money. His white supremacy is built on money. His system is built on money. His country is built on money. So for black people to get reparations, you better be prepared for war. Mark my words. It's a white man tomorrow signed into law saying they're going to give every black person reparations for slavery. That's for what? 40 acres and a mule, right? The equivalent of what? Well, how much that would be today? Let's say 30 million. I'm going to give every black person 30 million for slavery. Be prepared for war. Mm-hmm. Be prepared for war. Because that's what's coming. Because their country is done. Mm-hmm. Their white supremacy is built on that. Mm-hmm. Read from Zephaniah again from me. What's up?
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
O nation not desired. Keep going for me.
Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth.
Before the what?
Before the decree bring forth.
Go ahead.
Before the day pass as the chaff.
For the day pass of the chaff. Go ahead.
Before the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you.
Come upon you. So what is the Most High talking about by gather yourself together? How we're supposed to gather ourselves together? How is Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans supposed to come together? How is the black man supposed to come together here in America?
We're supposed to prepare for war.
Yes, and
going back to the law.
Say that again.
Going back to the law.
The brother hand. I'm saying that is how you gather yourself together. Going back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Don't forget, that's the reason why we're in this captivity anyway. Who can sit here? No heathen can sit here and tell me that the black man is not superior to the white man. We're the real superior. We're the one that's really superior to you. I'll boldly say it because that's what it is. That's the truth. We're better than you. To show you how much better we are than you. Look at how many hangings we went through, murders we went through, 400 plus years of slavery we've been through. You rape our women in front of us, you take our children away from us, and you hang our fathers in front of us. And yet we're still asking for peace. We're just asking just to get along. That's it. They killed 40 million Arab. Huh? An Arab bombing killing themselves, bombing everything amongst them. Huh? We are better than you. Any nation, they'd have done it to the Arabs, they'd have been war to the end of time. If they'd have done it to the so-called Chinese, they'd have been war to the end of time. You know, Japhetic people, where Manny Pacquiao them is from, they'd have been a war to the end of time. We're the Africans, they'd have been a war to the end of time. We're the only people here that still want to say, you know what? Let's try and get along. All we want to do is get along. That is how we're better than you. Because it's easy. Killing is easy. A man that's quick to anger, that's easy. It's reactive. A man step on your shoes, a man punch you in the face, you get mad. That's very easy. You know how hard it is, as Martin Luther King was trying to preach, to turn the other cheek? While he was trying to preach to turn the other cheek to the so-called white man, him and the Malcolm X and them was at war with each other. Not physically, but words. While he was teaching us to turn the other cheek to the so-called white man, you know, in the ISUPK, we do not condone Martin Luther King ways. Absolutely. Martin Luther King was a traitor amongst his people. That's why you hear me talking this way. So if you're out there confused, Martin Luther King was a traitor amongst his people. Any man, right, that's going to join his people into another nation, that is a traitor. We can find that in the book of Maccabees, when Judas Maccabeus and his father Matthias and them, right? When that one coon, he's trying to separate us from, who was it, the Greeks at the time? I'm saying he was trying to bring us to the Greeks. That coon was trying to join us to the Greeks. And Matthias and Judas Maccabeus and I'm saying Matthias and his sons want to pull us away from that. Any man that's willing to take his house and join to another house, that man is a traitor unto his people. And that is the reason why he get a holiday today, and that's the reason why he's celebrated today, even though they killed him. I'm saying, and like, are you serious, man? So we're a superior people. And God is saying for us to gather ourselves together. Because that's the only way you're going to fight this white supremacy. And give me another one. What's the most important? It's a specific one I'm looking for. I'm saying how black people will come out of this captivity. Something that we lack in America. Vast majority of black people lack in America. That's the reason why we can never come together. I just gave it away.
From Christ said, love your brothers yourself.
Get that from me out. Yes, brotherhood. We lack any kind of brotherhood. We lack any kind of brotherhood. You could tell me I'm lying. I hold 1 John for me. I can know the one I want. 1 John 4:20. You know what I'm saying? Who could tell me I'm lying? 400 plus years of slavery, right? I'm telling you. I come on here, I keep having to say it over and over. I know brothers that's beefing with each other right now, based off, they hold them $100, less than $100 they beefing for. Less than $100. They mean to tell me you went to war with your brother for less than $100? Look how much a white man has stole from us. Look how much a white man has taken from us. Look how much these other nations have taken from us. Right now, you got black people trying to unite other black people with Africans. Now, is black man in America African? Absolutely not. Black Africans sold black people into slavery, sold Israelites into slavery. How do you know? I'll give you a quick example. My favorite one I like to use. There was a man by the name of Moses, right? Let's be carnal for a minute. A man by the name of Moses. We all know the story of Moses, right? Everyone knows the story of Moses. Moses was in captivity in Egypt, or grew up in Egypt for 40 years, right? 40 years Moses was in Egypt. And Pharaoh did not recognize Moses was an Israelite. What color was the Egyptians? When I say Egyptians, I'm talking about the real Egyptians. Anybody do any study? What? Not those Greco-Roman babies over there, right? I'm talking about the real Egyptians.
They're dark skinned. They're
dark skinned. What we call today so-called, they would call them black people today. They would look at them and say, oh, they're black. They were dark-skinned people. We all know Michael Jackson's Remember the Time. And they give you a depiction in that music video, they give you a depiction of Egypt, right? 40 years he was in Egypt, and Pharaoh did not recognize he was an Israelite. Why? Before you answer that, why wasn't Joseph's brothers, when Joseph was sold into slavery in Egypt, when his brothers came back and he had on Egyptian apparel, why did they not recognize him? Why did they flee? Well, people say baby Jesus, when King Herod wanted to kill Christ, why did they flee Christ into Egypt? Why did the so-called Israelites flee into Africa? Right? Flee into Africa when they were running from Roman persecution, which you can find from Babylon to Timbuktu, right? Why did they flee into Africa? All these have one answer. What's the answer?
It's like the truth. The brother was on said we blended in.
We blended in. We carry the same color as the children of Israel and the children of Egypt carry the same color. So when you know that what? The Egyptians and the Israelites are two different people. Africans sold Israelites into slavery. Africans did not sell other Africans into slavery. Go ahead for me out. Go ahead.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 12. It's like if I get some context, we'll start at verse 28. Verse 28. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? And Yahushua answered unto him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord.
Is what?
Is one Lord.
Is what?
Is one Lord.
Hey, just to stir off topic. You know the reason why I love this Bible so much, and the reason why I love the UPK so much is the UPK. We believe there can only be one. Get me right on this. Every time the nation of the Israelites in the book was either getting out of captivity, going to captivity, there's always one leader on the right. During the time of Moses, who was that leader? Did Moses share that spot with Aaron? With his sister Miriam? Crazy. After Moses, who was that man? Joshua. When Christ came on the scene, right? Did Christ share with anybody? Why did he not share it with John the Baptist? Because there can only be one. The UPK, what do we say? There's only one West. There can only be one. We're not a nation of a democracy. It does not work like that. Out of all 12 tribes, there's only one head tribe, the tribe of Judah. Am I wrong or right? Out of the tribe of Judah, there's only one, that is Christ. Out of all the nations of the face of the earth, there's only one, that is Israelites. That's right. Amos 3:1, for God said what? For only you have I loved of all the nations of the earth. God said that to the Israelites. There can only be one. That is how you know. In the ISUPK, we preach what? There's only one. Where everybody else, the only thing that separated the UPK from every other fake Israelite group and every other Christian, whether Catholic, Muslim, because anybody can be a Muslim, right? Anybody can be a Christian, right? Anybody can be Buddhist. There's even some Israelites churches that have white people now joining. But there's only one West. It's on the ISUPK. There can only be one. Go on.
Verse 30. And thou shalt love the Most High thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind and with all thy strength.
All that what?
All thy strength.
God said, you must love the Most High with all thy strength. What does it mean to love God? You put me the precept. Put me the precept. What does it mean to love God? How do one show you love God? Say it again.
Follows his commandments.
Keep his commandments, his law, statutes, and commandments. That is how you show you love God. Right? Because any man that did not keep my law, statutes, and commandments do not love me. Paraphrasing, you know what I'm saying? You can't say you love the Most High if you're not keeping his commandments. So what is God saying here? Keep the commandments. Right? Keep going for me, bro.
This is the first commandment. Verse 31. And the second is like, namely this. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt what?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt what?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Love thy neighbor as thyself. What does it mean to love your neighbor? Because we know what? They teach that what? That specific verse right there, that specific chapter with Christ coming in, now there's only 10 commandments. Christ threw away all the other commandments that was in the Torah, right? The Old Testament. And that Him coming in, he's given the 10 commandments you must keep. How do you show you love your brother? Don't forget, love is an action, you know, right? You cannot say you love somebody, yes, you must show them love is an action. How would you show you love your brother?
By treating him like myself.
Treat him like yourself, right? Meaning what? You got a wife?
Yes.
Right? How do you show you love your brother? If your brother got a wife, would you sleep with your brother's wife?
No.
That's not love. Nor would he sleep with your wife.
Right.
That falls in the Torah. There's laws in the Torah and Leviticus about sleeping with another man's woman. All Christ did was just covering like a man covering his steps. Loving your brother is an action. You don't kill someone you love, right? You don't kill your brother. So Christ is saying what? Love thy brother as thyself is referring to the Old Testament, to the Torah. Is that it from you out? Go ahead.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
There's none other commandment greater than these. You got one from you out? John, go ahead.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God.
If a man say what?
I love God.
If a man says he loved the Most High, go ahead.
And hateth his brother.
And hate his brother, right? You say you love God, but hate your brother. Go ahead.
He is a liar.
He's a what?
A liar.
He's a what?
A liar.
Go ahead.
For he that loveth not his brother.
This is why this is so heavy. Here's what Most High say right here. Go ahead.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen.
We have what?
Seen.
We have what?
Seen.
Go ahead.
How can he love God?
That is heavy. How can you say you love the Most High? You have never seen him, right? You haven't seen him, but you hate your brother who you see every day. And hate another black man who you see every single day. Even if you guys disagree, one thing I like about this brother, what's your name again, brother? Moshe. I'm saying this brother right here, Moshe. I'm saying it came to class today, right? He's with another fraction of brothers. He came to class today. He said, I asked him, so what makes you decide to come to class today? He said, man, y'all brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? I came to show some love. Read that again? That second part again?
How can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
This brother showed love, man. He said, I'm going to come kick it with these niggas, man. I'm going to come see what they about. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come up in here and see what they about. Actions, right? Go on from me out.
And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
That whoever loved the Most High, love his brother also. 5 and 22, I'm saying in Matthew 2. You know what I'm saying? He that loved the Most High, you have to love your brother. I know it's hard, man. When a brother wrong you, I know it's hard. But how much act of kindness can you show than that? I'm saying that you forgiving your brother. And how I know you're able to forgive your brother? Because when you get up and you go to the white man's slavery, the white man insults you every single day. He belittled you every single day, and you forgive him. Am I wrong or right? Look how much your brother's going through what they're going through on a job site, man. If you a sister out there, look how much pain, look how much trouble you're going through on a job site. Not only are you being talked to any type of way, I'm saying a lot of you being sexualized, right? Mm-hmm. Am I wrong or right? Huh? You hear this come up by a lot of sisters. You hear this coming out every day. They go on a job site, they're either being looked at a certain way, boss looking at I'm saying the behind, and I might even go as far as touching them, making certain remarks. You put up with that every single day. Yet still you come home and you say, man, I ain't cooking for that nigga. Why I gotta cook for him? I go to work too. Why I gotta come home and cook for my man? I go to work too. So you go to work, serve the so-called white man, but you not come home and serve your family. You are wicked. You are absolutely wicked, man. What more love can you show than that? When your brother come home, your husband come home, you cook him a plate of food, man. Unless whatever routine y'all have in your household, whether it be he cooked, you know what I'm saying, and she, you know what I'm saying, what most utmost kindness can you show then? Sweet words like, you know what I'm saying, husband, you okay? How was your day today? How a wife supposed to treat her husband? You know what I'm saying, as black people, we have to come back to start loving and appreciating each other, man. And that start with what? In the household. The black man, so-called black man and so-called black woman have to come back to loving each other, communicating. That's a first. I always tell any brother that's a first step. That's the first step in you building some type of brotherhood. If you and your wife having issues, and you know what I'm saying, and you tussling, I'm not talking fighting, you know what I'm saying, but whether it be you're not agreeing, right? What if you seem like y'all come around each other like, man, we cannot come to some sort of agreement. The first step is communication. You have to come to a certain level of communication, man. Sit down and get the problem. What you had to say?
I got the precept if I could.
I knew you had it. That's why I stopped. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another.
Say it again.
Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God.
In the fear of what?
God.
In the fear of what?
God.
Of God, of the Most High. You have to submit yourself. What did the Most High say? In the household, the man goes to women, then go to children. Above the man is Christ, and above Christ is the Most High. How do a man show his wife you love him? By governing your household. Listen to me, brothers. You do not show any sort of love to that sister when you let her run wild. She's a woman. If you allow her to run wild, she would run wild. Who can give me an example? Who can bring me home? We got perfect. I want the example.
Child support.
That's not in the Bible.
Oh, Eve.
Get her brother a hand. Get her brother. Hey, my brother come out of mine. He said, "Oh, hey." I tell you what, Adam taught me something. Adam taught me something. I'm a brother. You ain't got to do it to me. You know what I'm saying? I have so much love, you know what I'm saying, for my brothers, you know what I'm saying, for my people. You ain't got to do it to me. I'll be the first to tell you this. A white person have never wronged me. Never wronged me. In fact, I come out and say that white people, in a lot of instances, have been kinder to me than my own people. They have been kinder to me than my own people. But this has nothing to do with what I personally feel. This has to do with bloodline and brotherhood. Mm-hmm. And what most brotherhood can you show? That even though they show you love, but they hate your brother, you are enemies to them because they hate your brother. Mm-hmm. That is love. Mm-hmm. What Eve did was absolutely wicked. The devil played on Eve's what? Lust for what? Lust for power. Eve wanted control. What does that sound like, brothers, man? A man that come to your woman like, girl, he just trying to hold you down, girl. Girl, he's so strong, he's powerful. Like, you hear a lot of their homegirls talk like this. Girl, you don't need him. Mm-hmm. All right. You don't need him. He's trying to hold you down, girl. You was way better off without him. Look how pretty and beautiful. You could find another man. You can find a man that'll give you this. But a lot of these sisters out there know. A sister that's dumb enough, she leave her man. In a lot of instances, that same woman that's been talking to her, then go talk to your man. And then she asks out that sister that left her man, she end up in a worse situation. You know, this is say like the greenest grass on the other side type of, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That is not brotherhood that Eve showed, man. What the black woman, the so-called black woman, I'll give you another example. The so-called black woman is doing here in America. I'm specifically staying on the Southern Kingdom. What they're doing here in America, kicking the man out of the household for certain reparations. I'm gonna call them reparations out because that's how white people look at it. As far as they're concerned, us being on child support that's our reparation. You know what I'm saying? Or not child support, assistance. That's our reparations. Even though we know that ain't. We ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? We know that ain't right. But to them, we giving you that. Right? Now, the so-called Southern Kingdom, black women today in America, they're doing the equivalent of what Eve did to Adam with this whole kicking the man in the household to get assistance from the government. You leave your husband, kick him, you get in a fight, kick him out of the household just to get assistance from the government. And your whole household is destroyed. How do I know she's wicked and she would not love the Most High? One, she turned on her husband, her head, right? And two, how you know she hate her family? Who she destroying? She already just kicked the man out, right? Who she destroying at this point?
The whole world, like all existence.
Right? That's not exactly what I'm looking for.
The children.
The children.
Yeah.
The children. Are you serious? Do you know what happens when you leave a mother in a household with no father, no head to protect them? Let me give you an example. So, to me, I find this absolutely wicked. I was talking to a brother, the slave, about it. Me and him was in discussion. I want to make sure I say it right. I'm saying, you know, it's Facebook. I don't want to get in no trouble for no. Give me a minute. So there was a mother, right? She had a daughter, right? Her daughter, you ever heard term sugar daddy? We know what term sugar daddy is, right? So her daughter have a sugar daddy. The mother know her daughter have a sugar daddy, right? And she asked her daughter, "You sleep with him?" The daughter said, "No, I don't have to sleep with him. I just have to go on dates with him." You know what I'm saying? And give him nice words, make him feel good. You know what I'm saying? By saying he's having a pretty face next to him, and he'll pay me money. The mother said, "Okay, that's good." So that's the mother. She said to her mother, "So if I was sleeping with him, you think that would stop me? Like, would you stop me?" She's like, "No, I'll just try to make sure you get a good price out of it if you're sleeping with him." Let me ask you this. This is to the brothers in here. To you sisters out there, this is the difference between a man and a woman, right? Let me ask you, brother. You have a daughter, right? And that you find out, or in that situation, let's use her situation. I don't want to use your situation, but let's use her situation. She's not sleeping with that man. As a father, is that okay with you? Even though she's not sleeping with him?
No.
Why?
It's going to head that way.
Say it again?
It's going to head that way.
It's going to head that way. The brother said, because that's the road it's going. Let's say never go that way. Would you then allow? Would you then be okay with it?
I wouldn't be okay.
You wouldn't be okay with it. A lot of women out there, they go, why? She's making good money. Why wouldn't you be okay with it? Why wouldn't you be okay with it, brother?
First,
Speak from the heart. Why wouldn't you be okay with it?
First, it's not her husband.
It's not her husband, right?
Yeah. Second, it's deception. She's lying to him.
She's lying to him. Right? But let's say him and her come to an agreement and say, you know what? You don't got to sleep with me. He's an older man because he was like 70 or something like that, 69, 68, something like that. I don't need you to sleep with me. He said to her, I just need you to go on dates with me. Have a pretty face next to me. Give me the nice words. Make me feel good as a man, right? Would you be okay with it?
No.
No. Why?
Still pimping.
It's still what?
Pimping.
Why would you be okay with it?
Because
a whore, right?
Yeah.
Being a whore, right? Why would you be okay with it?
it's like because she's acting like a wife, but she's not doing the duty of a wife.
Right? Why would you be okay with that?
Because the scriptures say there should be no wars in the daughters of Israel.
There shall be no whores in the daughters of Israel, right? But speaking on a carnal level, why even a man out in the world wouldn't be okay with it?
It's not in our nature to.
Is that in our what?
Nature.
Pride. Imagine you hear that a lot of men, without even knowing it, you have dignity, right? Imagine your daughter, it gets around the neighborhood, in the hood you live in, your daughter is going on dates and going on certain shit with grown-ass men. But she's not sleeping with them, though. First off, ain't nobody gonna believe that. When I heard the story, I didn't believe it, right? The difference between a man and a woman is a woman, that's the word I'm looking for. A woman can be compelled, just like Eve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Woman could be compelled. What was she compelled with? What was the mother compelled with in this instance? Who can bring me home? Money, mammon.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the mother said. What? If you were sleeping with him, I was going to make sure you're getting your right pay. Mm-hmm. Money. This woman was willing to sell her daughter's dignity for money. I want to tell you this. I could be a man that's broke, get up every day working 12-hour shifts to barely survive, and I would not allow my daughter to do that. Are you kidding me, man? I work 13, 14 hours. Wrong or right, Parag? You know what I'm saying? It's something that's called dignity as a man. Not that every woman would do that. I'm not saying that. Not every woman would be okay with it. But a lot of women would be more subjected to it because they're the weaker vessel. Mm-hmm. Right? Most I said the women are a weaker vessel, right? So they would be more subjected to that. That, what Eve did is absolutely wicked and showed a lack of brotherhood. Eve had absolutely no brotherhood. A lot of sisters, black women here in America, I'm still one from the general also, they have been monsters here in America. Black women have been monsters here in America. But as black men, we must understand this. See, as much of the monsters they are, we're responsible for that. Why I say we're responsible for that? Because we're the head of the household. We were over the nation. We failed. Because we failed, they're now failing. Right?
That's right.
So as men, we must take accountability. How black women is in America? Black women are whores in America because what? Niggas like whores. Don't tell me you don't. You go to strip club, you go to all these. Don't tell me you don't like whores, man. Don't tell me. So let me guess. You going to that party for what? Unless a man is going to the club with his woman, I'm saying, like, you going to the party for what? Say it again. Women. Let's be honest with ourselves here. We're all men. Let's be honest. The black woman's failure in America is because of what we did. We fail, we fall. So in default, they fall. So in default, and with them being the weaker vessel, they can't see that. Just like Eve. Eve didn't know the devil was trying to pin her up to fail, right? He set her up for failure. Black women on the same way as a black woman today. That's where Eve, the term Eve comes from, naive. You know what I'm saying? The term naive comes from Eve. You know what I'm saying? She don't, right? The black women today, they're being tricked in the same way. They don't know the white man's giving them that money to keep their husband in the household. I know that whole household will be destroyed. I know that you kick him out, right? And he out there living in the streets, running from house to house. We all come from that, right? Running around the streets. He gonna get locked up, end up dead, right? And those children who grew up without a father, they're gonna be subjected to everything. I mean, the men coming in and out, who knows what happened after that? That is wicked, man. That is absolutely wicked. That's why the Most High said we have to gather ourselves together, a nation not desire. The only way you fight white supremacy is black supremacy. Right?
That's right.
The only way you fight white supremacy is black supremacy. Give me an example of black supremacy.
Under commanding General Yohana.
Get that brother a hand. Get that brother a hand. You know, hey, you know what? Why he says so heavy? Because, and I get me wrong about this. If I'm wrong, anybody out there, let me know if I'm wrong. I have all the Christians, Catholic Church, whether it be Baptist, Mormons, Buddhists. Like I said before, anyone can join them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can join them. Even the other Israelite groups, anyone can join them. The reason why the brother said on the command of General Yohana is so heavy is because what?
Because he follows Christ, who follows Most High, and under this leadership, it's all black supremacy.
Absolutely. Because commanding General Yohana since the 60s, right? Or since the school started in the 60s, he kept the same tradition going on. You have to respect a man like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've kept the same tradition, kept the same thing going since a bit. Go off street terms. How can you fault a man that came up in the streets? He's been the same way since day one. He's been the same way since day one. No, I ain't going to accept no white people here. We ain't joining hands. Well, come in, Jerry, how we not join hands with the other Israelite groups? Or shouldn't we all come together? Absolutely, we should come together. But it's starting the UPK. You should come under the umbrella of the UPK. Nah, we ain't doing that. And y'all don't want to come together then. I guess y'all desire to come together ain't that heavy then. Right? I guess y'all desire to come together ain't that heavy then. Understand something about Israelites. All throughout that Bible, I would dare one man to prove it to me all throughout that Bible, where there's been a share of rulership. There've only ever been one. We are not a democracy. We are monarchy. We got a king. And that is Yahushua. That is Christ. That is our king. So when they say we hold Commander General Yohana up as if he's Christ, that is a lie. Are you crazy? That is a lie. You think those generals, General Muhammad, all those other generals that these brothers they see at General Yohana don't make a mistake. Those brothers don't tell them, look, sir, excuse me, sir, hey, this, and this. Tell me I'm lying. In the UPK, we got officers of 5,000, right? An officer of 50. You might say, hey, Salakia, sir, that's wrong. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Keep that brother sharp, man. Help that brother out. You would never find that. Ain't no man following Commander Johnny blindly, as they say. He said, we believe, give a man respect where respect is due. This nigga he have kept, when every other person left, every other person after the 2000 prophecy, as they say, right? Everybody left. Don't forget, all these Israelites who came from the ISUPK way back in the 60s, right? Those 7 heads that came from them, right? And the man have kept that same tradition all the way up to today. How you not respect a man like that? You got to respect him. Christ says what? Paraphrasing. Most High says what? Salakia, paraphrasing. I don't change. I'm the Lord. I don't change. UPK have carried the same, put on the same cloth, walked the same way the Most High have walked. In this Bible describe the Most High. They say we're a separatist group. I could pull you in the Bible, Romans 9:13. They say we're a hate group. I could show you Romans 9:13. For Jacob I have loved, but Esau I have hated. Most High hate. Right? The Most High hate. The Most High is a prejudice. I can also show you. You want to know what the races is? I can show you where the Most High said, for Israel, only Israel I have love of all the nations of the earth. You mean to tell me he created everyone, but he only loved one nation? Now, is that wrong? You answer me that, brother. Is the Most High wrong for that?
Who?
Because he's God.
Right. That's the reason why he feel what he feel.
I say this. You got a whole closet full of clothes. Why you choose that one for the day? Why you choose the clothes you wear for the day? Why you got a favorite outfit? Imagine this, right? We go to the mall, right? We go to the stores and we buy all our shoes. Well, you tell me you have favorite shoes on all your shoes? How is that? How you gonna have a favorite? You bought all of them. Why not just say, you know what? All these shoes are the same. Because you got a favorite though. That girl you trying to impress, you know what I'm saying? That sister you trying to entice. You got a favorite pair of clothes, right? Right? Shirt, shoes, pants, you got a favorite, all that. So why can't the Most High have a favorite people? He made everyone. It's like you bought all your clothes, well, you got a favorite. Most High made all these people. He got a favorite. He said the nation of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are his favorite. You see those Native Americans you see here? When I say Native Americans, I'm not talking about those $5 or $3 Indians you see white people running around here. A lot, like the lies that all black people came off of slave ships, that's a lie. A lot of natives here was darker than brothers that came off of slave ships. They were darker than brothers that came off the slave ships. There was already our people here, black people here. Facts. The Taino Indians. I could pull up a brother by the name of Supercat. You know what Supercat is? On the island of Jamaica. Look at Supercat. You want to know? Go look up Supercat. It's called Supercat, right? Because I'm a Benjamin. Go look up Supercat. Go look up Supercat. And when you see Supercat, that is what the so-called Taino Indians and them look like. That's a nigga. Huh? That's a nigga. Coming together is black supremacy. Only dealing with our own is black supremacy. Being the ISUPK is black supremacy. Because we only deal with each other, right? We only deal with each other. Give me go ahead, Parag.
It's like I had a precept.
Go ahead.
For the black supremacy, right?
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy power.
Thou art a what?
A holy people.
A what?
A holy people.
A holy people. What does the word holy mean? Right? What does the word holy mean?
Separate.
Means what?
Separate.
Means separate. Thou art a holy people. Thou art a separate, like the Holy Bible. A separate Bible, right? Go ahead. Thou art a holy people.
The Most High, thy power, hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
Above what?
Above all people
Go ahead.
that are upon the face of the earth.
So don't blame Commander Jeriana for anything. Don't blame the UPK for anything. If there's anything you should say about the UPK, them niggas some carbon copies. Damn right. We're a carbon copy of this book. We're a carbon copy of this book. You're not gonna fool me. Ain't no man coming to the face of the earth, come to love everybody and you kill him. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. You mean to tell me a man that was healing the sick, get me right on this, Hakeem. He was healing the sick, raising the dead, feeding the poor, right? And you kill him? And not only that, he came to gather everyone together under one umbrella, and you killed him. You see all his miracles he was doing, and you killed him. No. You ain't gonna, no, that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. But you know what makes sense? Him coming back for his people. That makes sense. Him coming to separate, you know what I'm saying, separate the nations, separate Israel from the other nations. What did Christ say to that woman? Give me Matthew 15 and 23. Matthew 15 and 23. Start from 23 for me.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 23. But he answered her not a word.
In fact, go up. Get a little bit of context on it. Go up like 2 verses. Get the people in the
verse 21. Then Jesus went thence.
And who?
Jesus.
Right? Christ, right? Go ahead.
Went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon.
Go ahead.
And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him.
A woman of who?
Canaan.
Woman of who?
Canaan.
She lived in the land of Canaan, right? But we know this woman to be a white woman in the Bible. And what we do is we'll prove it to you. I know it says Canaan, but we're going to prove it to you. Go ahead.
And cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord.
Have mercy on me, or what?
O Lord.
Go ahead.
Thou, son of David.
Thou son of who?
David.
Son of who?
David.
I mean, Christ came from the lineage of David, right? The tribe of Judah, right? Go ahead.
My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil.
She have an unclean spirit on her, right? She have like people call like a demon. She's possessed. I'm saying so much words, right? Go ahead.
But he answered her not a word.
Christ didn't answer that woman. You saying? Go ahead.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent.
I am not what?
Sent.
I am not what?
Sent.
Christ said, I was not sent. Who was he sent by? The Most High. I did not come here for. Go ahead.
But unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's why he was killed. I believe that. I believe that. And the ruling power at the time, being a so-called white man, he could not accept that. That woman was a white woman. Give me the one in Luke. Let's get more context on that. Prove that she was a white woman. It's Luke. What is it again, bro? Luke chapter. Luke 6.
I think it's in Mark.
Mark. My bad. I keep getting mixed up.
Mark 7.
Mark and 7 and what? 21?
26.
26. Mark 7 and 26. It's lucky. I always get them 2 mixed. Go ahead, Mark. Let's find out who that woman was that Christ did not want to help.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 26.
Now, before you go, we know that the Bible is like a collection of like what we call diaries, right? You know, like it's a diary. Other than what people call a Torah, there's a few books that's in order. Like a Torah is from Genesis to Deuteronomy is what you'll find to be actually in order, in correlation. I'm saying the other books are what, not that they're not in order, but they're more so diaries, right? Collection of diaries. Let's prove to you that woman that Christ was speaking about in Matthew's, that Mark also spoke about, because Mark was speaking on Christ coming. The prophecy is Christ coming, right? And to prove that is collection of diaries. Matthew's came before Mark, right? Now we know that Mark was written before Matthew's, all right? How do you know Mark was written before Matthew's? Because Mark gave the prophecy of Christ coming. In the book of Mark, it gives the prophecy of Christ coming. But Mark is after Matthew's, right? Go ahead. Read that for me out.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 26. The woman was a Greek.
Jump up a couple.
Verse 24.
Go ahead.
And from thence he arose and went into the borders of Tyre and Sidon.
Borders of what?
Tyre and Sidon.
Those same borders that was spoken about in Matthew's, right? You know, Matthew's, Mark is after Matthew's. So here's Mark now talking about those same thing again, right? Go ahead.
And entered into an house and would have no man know it. But
Would have what?
No man know it.
So Christ did not want anyone to know he was there. Why?
Felt like his life was in danger.
I'm gonna give you that. Yes, it's because his life was definitely in danger. I'm gonna give you that. Go ahead.
He had a warrant out for his arrest.
I'm saying, so he was dipping and dodging, right? Go ahead.
But
go ahead.
But he could not be hid.
He could not be what?
Hid.
Show you how popular Christ was. Can you imagine the Son of Man? Everybody talking about it. Imagine if when Christ make his second coming today, right? Everyone gonna be talking about that too. Except they're gonna be talking a different way. We know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say there's a man that came on the earth today and he was doing miracles. He was healing the sick, right? He was doing things that was miraculous, right? Everyone would be talking about it, especially with social media today. Oh my. Everyone would know about it. Now imagine no social media, but that time, everyone knew who he was. Keep going.
For a certain woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him and came and fell at his feet.
Came and what?
Fell at his
She
feet.
fell at his feet. Go ahead.
The woman was a Greek.
She was a what?
A Greek.
A what?
A Greek.
Who was the Greeks?
They was Caucasians.
Caucasians. That same woman that was spoken about in Matthew's is now speaking in Mark. Mark is giving you more in depth. No different than it was Daniel's. Daniel's give you a depiction of Christ, but Revelations give you a more vivid depiction of Christ. You know what I'm saying? So this is the same thing that's been happening here that happened in Matthew's, now happened in Mark. He's giving you even more vivid where this woman is actually from. Go ahead. She was a Greek, specifically what kind of Grecian is she? Go ahead.
A Syrophoenician.
A Syrophoenician. No different than someone say, oh, he's an Israelite, but he's a Judite, or he's from Levi, Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Gad, Simeon. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you more in depth of who this woman is. That was a so-called white woman that Christ, you know the term bitch, that Christ called that woman a bitch in Matthew's. Mm-hmm. Like I said, not our own words. You know what I'm saying? Find that in Matthew's 15 and 26, if I'm not mistaken. From about 21, I'm saying you read on, you can't miss it. You call her a dog. Talking to a woman, a female dog being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So is that it on that from y'all?
Sir.
Go ahead.
And she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter.
Yeah, we're just trying to get her. We're just trying to get her her nationality. Give me Matthew's 25 and 40. Let's go back to Matthew's. Matthew chapter 25, verse 40.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40.
Now, before you get some context, who remember Tulsa, Oklahoma? The story of Tulsa, Oklahoma. How was Tulsa, Oklahoma built?
By black people.
Yes, but specific topic that we're in. What's your topic?
Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street, right? We know Black Wall Street, place like Harlem, Tulsa, Oklahoma, all these places, right? How are they built based on the topic that we're having today?
They're built by unified, exclusive black people.
So they're built by black supremacy, right? You know, we're talking about white supremacy today. Tulsa, Oklahoma was built by black supremacy, forced black supremacy. Because during that time, black people and white people couldn't come together, right? White man understand that he made a grave mistake by having these black people come together. And you know what? If we allow them to come together, they're going to get strong and mighty, right? So Black Wall Street, all these, Tulsa, Oklahoma, all these places was built off black supremacy. And how were they built? For the first priest, the brother pulled.
By black people coming together.
Gather yourself together, a nation not desire. You know why black people cannot come together today in America? Who want to give it a shot before I answer? Anyone online, go ahead, Razan, give me a shot. Why? That's the number one reason why black people cannot come together today. You got something you want to say, bro?
I'll just say you got enemies on top of enemies. That's
Right.
discouraging us to leave black supremacy alone and join.
So you're saying that they taking crafty counsel.
Yeah.
You're saying they do crafty 100%. That's right. I'm saying, go ahead.
Brother Razan said integration.
My brother Ham, man. Would you believe that there's black people today that do not want to come together if white people cannot come together with us? There's black people today in our community that if you say white people can't come to those marches, they ain't going to those marches. That is a fact. That is not that is a fact. I'm gonna repeat it again. There's black people in here in America, right? When I say black, I'm talking about Southern Kingdom. I'm saying whether you born in island of Jamaica, I'm saying Barbados, where Nicki Minaj and Rihanna them are from, ones out in Brooklyn, I'm saying Black American, whatever it may be, right? The reason why we cannot come together because of integration. Would you believe that we love our enemies so much? If we cannot join hands with them, we don't want to come together with our own. Would you believe that? You see why 2/3 of us have to be put to death? Because it's at a point where, at this point, it's impossible to come together with these people out. These people want Commander Jerry Yohana to accept white people in before they will come in. They said, we ain't going to join you guys if you guys are a racist group. You guys are a separatist group. Because you guys are a separatist group and you guys are racist, we won't join you guys because you won't allow white people to come in. Take black people away for a minute, right? Take our people away. You know the crimes that these people have done, man? You know the crime. You ever heard of Hiroshima, Nagasaki? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, right? Do you know the history of these people? They killed over. We all know that 9/11. Let's just say if you believe it was a conspiracy, you believe it or not. Let's put that to the side, right? Let's put that to the side. Let's go. What's on paper? I'm gonna steal this from also from the general. On paper, the arrows bombed the Twin Towers, right?
Right.
On paper. Let's go off what's on paper. They went over there, specifically Bin Laden, right? They went over there, waged a war against Bin Laden, right? Bin Laden. Did they wage a war against Bin Laden? So yes or no? Yes? No? Did they wage a war against Bin Laden?
Yeah.
Come, sir. On paper.
On paper? They wage a war against Bin Laden now. Why you say that?
Because they was waging war against the entire
Arab nation.
All Arabs.
Sure how wicked the white man is? Bin Laden bombed him, right? No, but it's a Bin Laden bomb. Bin Laden and what they call Taliban, right? Taliban. Bin Laden and Taliban bomb him. Now they waged war against where was specifically was Bin Laden? What land was Bin Laden in? Iraq, right?
No,
Afghanistan, right? So why was, I want to say this right, take my time, you know what I'm saying? Why then America attacked the whole Arab nation as far as Afghans, Iraq? Why did America wage war against it? When I say America, I'm talking about on paper, right? Meaning we know stories of Arabs who saying that they were being chased down the streets of Brooklyn, and anyone who is in the East Coast at the time. When those Twin Towers went down, I don't know if you know the story. Them Arabs was being chased. I mean, by white people, some black people. I'm saying being chased down. I'm a Benjamin, right? My dad would tell me a story if he had a friend His mother wasn't even killed. She got injured when the 9/11 happened. You know, them Jamaicans out there, they kind of, I'm saying. You know what he did? She was hurt. She wasn't even killed. He went, picked up his gun. Now I'll leave it there. She wasn't killed, right? Furthermore, did those Arab people do it? But on paper, they waged war against all the Arabs. Kill over 40 million and counting the Arabs they killed when that war started. You know the wickedness of these people, man? In the midst of them killing those people, they collected all the oil out of that land. Right? All the opium in that land. Because we know Chinese people love opium. America is in debt to China. So if you want to control China, you have to control the opium. Right? It's a mathematics, right? So why then be in Iraq if you're not in war with them? If you're in war with Afghans, why be in Syria? Why be in all these places terrorizing these people? Go ahead, Al. White supremacy. I'm glad. Yeah, you stay. Hey, good brother, Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Goes all the way back because of white supremacy. That is how white supremacy is built. Go ahead.
Go something what you were saying about white supremacy. They bombed 9/11. They bombed the things. They raised war against the Arabs, and then at the same time invited them to live here. Integration.
Hey, get a brother a hand. What the brother here just said is, and this is a tactic of white supremacy, right? You know, a couple of things white supremacy have. They have what's called divide and rule, right? They're coming amongst you and your brother, right? They sit back and watch. And if there's a conflict, they can create a conflict. They go to one brother and whisper something to him, go to the other one and whisper something to him. And now you're at odds with each other. And they play as like a middleman, like we're keeping it civilized. No, they start the whole war, right? Another one they have is they have to now give you a contingency plan. After they have destroyed you, they give you a contingency plan. What contingency plan did? And I said, all right, I want you to think carefully. Say, Razan, if you're out there, I'll give me an answer. Anyone give me an answer. What contingency plan did a white man have for black people, right? Or white supremacy after they destroyed us? Yes, there's a specific word I'm looking for. We've been talking about it the whole time.
What was the question?
So once again, we know white man, right? Two things he has. But they wage a war with you. Divide and rule. You know what I'm saying? White people come in. This is no matter what country they go to, the same thing. They did the same thing in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? One time the white man had a problem with a man by the name of Bin Laden. We're running through history, right? Bin Laden and what's their names? Taliban, right? Now to fight the Taliban, they're screaming, "Arm the rebels! Arm the rebels! Arm the rebels!" Who was those rebels they armed? Al Qaeda and
ISIS.
No. For Al Qaeda, who they armed? Bin Laden. That's what they use. Right? Taliban. Now they have a war with Bin Laden. They're saying, "Arm the rebels! Arm the rebels!" Who do they arm?
Terrorists. Arabs.
ISIS. You do know ISIS was those rebels that they said arm the rebels that they were fighting against Bin Laden and them, right? So here comes the question. You know the white man believe in divide and rule. You come in your land, divide, come between you and your brother, divide. Now, another thing he has is a contingency plan for you after he had destroyed you. What is a contingency plan a white man have for you? It's been consistent through history that he have for you.
You're talking about for the black man?
No, whether it be the black man, the African, the Arabs, he views the same tactic. In fact, so much so he used it in South Africa. I think I'm giving it away now. He used it in the Middle East. He used it in the Asians. So they use it so much in what's called the UK today. They damn near everyone think that white people are from the UK.
Tax exemption?
No. We were just talking about it. In fact,
Reparations.
Is it?
Reparations.
No. After they destroy you, they have to have a contingency plan now for you to live, right? For you to keep you in subject to them. Of course, we know it's white supremacy. What form of white supremacy? They show you how sadistic it is. What is it?
For you to come up under them.
Integration. for you to be under them. We know what? During the Tower of Babel, the Most High is not for everyone to come together. We know that, right?
Right.
Because we know that it's be one nation want to rule over the other nation.
Right.
The white man is such a devil because that's his. Every nation has a superpower. Israel's superpower is to be righteous. We're the strength of the earth, right?
Brother Razan said, assassinate the leader.
Yes, but that's a part of destroying you. You're right out, but that's a part of destroying you. I'm saying now, brother, let me lose my point, man. Salaki.
Divide and conquer.
Yes, divide and rule, right? After he divides you, you have to have a contingency plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
How to now bring you under him. During the Tower of Babel, we know most I know it wasn't going to work because one nation would try to rule over the other nation. That's only common sense. But the white man's superpower is to be a devil, deceiver. Black people's superpower is to be righteous. In fact, that's the strongest one. We have all the warriors, all I'm saying. But the white man's to be deceiving, right? The white man come to you and tell you, come and join us. Melting pot. America was built on that melting pot. Look at all the nations that's here in America. America destroyed them. Look at the Chinese. You don't think America destroyed them? Go look at the history of what the white man did to China, man. All them great, Genghis Khan and his nephew Genghis Khan. In fact, so much so, they made a movie called Marco Polo to show you how much a white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Marco was a who? In that movie. He was a white man who divided that nation. That's what the term when you close your eye. Marco Polo, they made a game out of it. Show you how sadistic and wicked the white man is, right?
Right.
You ever heard of what's called those Japhetic people? There was one that's down in the Hawaiian Islands and living on the Madagascar. Manny Pacquiao and them. They damn near been beaten into piss. How do you think they got that way? How do you think they got that way? In Africa, a South African, a white South African. Is this a joke? This white South African saying they're being oppressed because the Africans are trying to take their land. What? A white South African? Are you kidding? I want to spill my drink here. Man, get all that. Man, I want to spill my drink. A white South African, right? That sounds like a joke. No different than a white native. You mean to tell me you call the original man of this land, you call him a Native American? Wouldn't he just be a native then, or just be an American? Why you need to call him a Native American? Because the white man is the devil on the face of the earth. He is deceiver. So after he destroy you, he have to have a contingency plan. What happened is, come under me. Just like any good child molester or any good rapist. Hear all the stories that when for a man to rape a woman and abuse a woman after so many years, she developed what's called Stockholm syndrome. He studied this and know this. So he take you under his wing. You feel like he's doing you a favor by giving you these child support. He sisters again. I'm saying welfare. Section 8. You think it's a favor that he's giving you because you're in that condition. Whereas the condition that you're in, he's the reason why you even in that condition and even need that help. Because he destroyed you and your people by building white supremacy. The only way to fight white supremacy is for you to come together. That's it. And come together. The only way black people can come together is for you to come back to the Most High. You have to fear the Most High. Proverbs says, once again, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. God said, my people is destroyed for a lack of wisdom. We have absolutely no wisdom here in America. We don't know how to go about this. A whole pandemic happened, and your preacher closed his door. Where's the Christian church at during the pandemic? Ain't they here to lead the people? Where's the Christian church at? So much so out in Dallas, Texas, that white man, what's his name? Joel Osteen. When the flood happened out, was it Dallas? Yeah. Was it Dallas? When the flood happened in Dallas or Houston, was it in Houston? Is it Houston? When the flood happened out in Houston, he has a mega church out in Houston. The man closed his church instead of letting the people in the church for refuge. Where's your celebrities at during this time? Your what's the one the hip hop mogul in Houston? No, the one out in Houston. Everybody's saying that. No, Chameleon. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Jay Prince. It wasn't nobody named of Jay Prince, right? Where was he at? All the money that he has, the 23,000 square feet or whatever he has. Where was he at? What could happen in Puerto Rico? Who's helping the Puerto Ricans? See what Donald Trump said about the Puerto Ricans? It's a shithole country. While they were dying, while the Puerto Ricans were dying in a flood, Donald Trump was slandering their name. Ain't nobody love you. Ain't nobody love you. Ain't nobody give a damn about the so-called Black Hispanic people in America. Nobody love you. And you have a man by the name of Commander Jerry Yohan, right? Over the ISUPK. And the brothers in the ISUPK, we saying that. At least consider. No different than what Christ says in our the Bible says in Revelations. For those that don't at least consider. At least consider. Do what this brother do. Let me come up in amongst these niggas. Let me see. I'm saying, let me at least sit down with them. I tell you, like ISUPK, number one thing you find in ISUPK is brotherhood. Not one brother in ISUPK can ever deny that. Number one thing you'll find in ISUPK is brotherhood. Brotherhood. What's brotherhood? You keeping each other accountable. You do something wrong in here, brother gonna check you on it. A brother gonna check you on it. Now, there's not one man in the ISUPK who's sitting here and tell you that we have not been checked before. If you in the ISUPK and you have not been checked, then you have not been here long enough. You haven't been here long enough. You have not been here long enough. Every brother get checked in the ISUPK. That is all. What brotherhood can you show them that?
You want a precept for that?
Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Shall not what?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
You rebuke your neighbor, man. That's love. That's love. And that neighbor at the time was talking about who? The Israelites are among you. Rebuke that brother. You see, he going off and he kind of slipping there. What? Maybe help him out, man. Hey, brother, don't do that. No, that's wrong. Hold each other accountable. And ISUPK, that's the difference between us and everybody else. And the reason why we won't join anybody else is, for one, there's other groups out there talking about you can marry little girls at 16 years old. All these brothers you see in the ISUPK that came from all sorts of life. We ain't gonna sit here and tell you we came from some righteous Christian girl. Hell no. We got brothers in here that was killers, man. Absolute killers. Brothers, was thieves. Used to sell dope, stick-up kids. We had stick-up kids in here, believe me when I tell you. I'm saying, come from all form of life. Ex-military men. Brothers that used to be in SWAT, was a policeman. You mean to tell me that you want these men, these mighty men in here, to allow you come together with you just for the sake of us coming together? When you teaching that you can take his 16-year-old girl, little daughter, right? 15-year-old, whatever the hell they said, 14 or whatever. 14-year-old little girl and marry her. She's not, as a grown man, how do you even mentally, she's not even on the same mental capacity. How do you even, so you want us to come together with you for the sake of just coming together? That's what you want to tell you. That's never going to happen. That's the reason why the kingdom split into half. And it won't come back together unless we come back to the Most High. That is wrong, and we're not going to stand for that. Even if we got to stand against a whole army of, what is how many people in the face of there? 70 billion?
7 to 8 billion.
7 to 8 billion. Right? Even if there's 7 billion, something trillion of you guys come up against us, the one little small 0.1% of us, then that's what it's going to have to be. We're going to fight the hell then, because we'll never come together with you. It's not going to happen. Young girl is not ready. That's not going to happen. It won't happen. Neither here it won't happen. And we won't come together with you. We got brothers want to accept schools that want churches that want to accept white people into their church. We call it church because that's what they are. They're a church. That won't happen. Because that goes against everything that we stand for. ISUPK is 100% black supremacy. We can admit it to, yes, 100% black supremacy. We hold each other accountable. And the brotherhood in here, when we come together, forget about it, man. Forget about it. Our brother's in trouble. I'm saying, our brother's in trouble and he needs help or whatever it may be. We come together and we scrape together what we can for the brother. The brother needs somewhere to stay. We house the brother. That's brotherhood in action. Not these other groups that be taking each other over into, what's that? That's the purple guys. I don't even say their name. I'm saying the guys, the purple guys, take their brothers over into a land over there in the was it the Middle East they went over? Or is that Africa?
I think you're talking about I think you're talking about GLCC.
The ones that left there, but the ones that left them over there. The purple guys did it too. Purple guys that went over there and left their brothers over there, saying that he couldn't afford to come back. They couldn't afford to come back. Nonetheless, if we go somewhere and one of our brothers cannot afford to come back, then we all stay there until he can. That's the difference between the UPK and everybody else. You can say whatever you want to say about us. But you're going to say, them niggas right there, they love each other. That's one thing you cannot take from us. Them niggas right there love each other. Them niggas right there on one consent. They all agree on one thing. That is, UPK is 100% black supremacy. That is the only way we're going to fight it today. You must come into the ISUPK. For brothers and sisters out there, like I said before, at least do what this brother did. You know what I'm saying? What's your name again, brother? Moshe, right? I'm saying this brother Moshe did. Brother said, let me at least consider. His spirit said, let me at least consider. The most I say about a man, at least consider, right? Most I said to them in Revelations, at least consider. For those that would not consider, at least consider, man, that you never know. Maybe with these niggas, you know what I'm saying? No, I get it. Paul said what? Allah may be rude in speech. UPK, we look, I get it. I remember the first time I seen the UPK niggas, I'm like, nigga, nah, man. I admit to you. When I first see us, the brothers in UPK, I'm like, man, nah. But you know what helped me out? My spirit could not get away from was the discipline in the ISUPK. These niggas are soldiers, man. These brothers are soldiers. They all love each other. What more you can take from that? All them niggas love each other. They're on one consent. They follow the Most High, man. Most importantly, they follow the Most High. You cannot take that. That is black supremacy. The reason why the white man is in the position that he's in today, because we have fallen from heaven. The angels have fallen from heaven. Those angels was us. We're the Most High's angels. We know the Most High do have literal angels. So don't take my word as the Most High don't have literal angels. I'm saying Most High do have literal angels. But I'm using and I'm paraphrasing, right? You gonna give me a precept too? Yeah, God, you know what I'm saying? We are those angels that fell from heaven, fell from our high state. And the only way for us to come back together is to start keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead, you got it? All right, go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 103 and verse 20. Bless the Most High, ye his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments.
Now what?
That do his commandments.
Now what?
That do his commandments.
His angels are who? The
Ye
ones that who?
Angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments.
That do his commandments, man. You know the Most High is always referencing the children of Israel as what? He even referred to children of Israel as gods in the earth. Am I wrong or right? That's why many brothers say today what? The black woman is God. The black man is God. You believe that, right? You believe the black woman. But when they use it up, on the side note, when a lot of you brothers use the black man is God and the black woman is God, you ever heard a saying when a man or a woman has been told so much lies that they want to convince themselves of something? They tell enough lies to themselves, they start to believe it. Here's why that's so dangerous. For you to say the black woman is God, she come from gods. So yes, in a sense, but in ISUPK, we use it in a different sense. When they use it, they mean this. That means she is the mother in the earth. She is the one who give life, and she is all power in the earth. Do you know how wicked that is when you say that, nigga? Do you know how wicked you are when you say that? You're gonna put all that pressure on that woman. So you're saying the black woman is God, and she's supposed to lead us out of this captivity, right? The black woman is supposed to lead us out of this captivity, then, right? You're gonna put all that pressure on a woman's back. Ain't no real man gonna do that. Ain't no real man's gonna do that to his household. You take the reins. You take the responsibility. So when that time comes, when Christ make his second coming, and your house is upside down, is wrong, Christ can kill you first. You take that responsibility then. Be a man. Don't cower underneath your woman. I understand. You ain't come up with a daddy. You come up with a mama. I get it. So you look at your woman as your mama. And you're so used to falling under a woman's leadership that it becomes natural to you. Let me allow her to lead. So if you go astray, I can blame it on her. Are you crazy, man? Ain't no real man gonna come. We come amongst you, because we ain't gonna want to hear none of that. You're responsible for your woman. I love her so much, I'm not gonna put that on her shoulder, huh? Go ahead, huh?
If you want the precept,
go ahead, give it to me, huh? Go ahead, give it to me.
Right, because the scriptures say we are supposed to honor our women.
Right.
So 1 Peter 3:7 says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel.
Read that again.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
Dwell with them according to knowledge. I mean, deal with your woman according to knowledge. What does the knowledge of the Bible say how to deal with your woman? The Bible says you are to be her head. Guide her, man. Guide her. Eve did not fail. Adam failed.
That's correct.
It was Adam's responsibility. He failed. Why? Go ahead.
Giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel.
As unto the weaker vessel. She is the weaker vessel, man. Don't do that to her. What Adam did, Adam led that woman astray, man. Adam should have checked the hell out of Eve when she brought that apple. Girl, you better put that. Don't play with me. Put it down. We're not going to do that. Put it down. That is a man. If he would have laid down like that, the fact that she even considered eating the apple without no fear allowed me to know that Adam was not doing his job. That's the equivalent of when you're not around, you teach your woman that pork is wrong, and she going out with her friends eating pork. My ribs would never, not from you, not from a man being all tough and to beat your woman. You know, women can take all the beatings. If you're a man out there beating your woman, you're wasting your damn time. Or you're a weak ass nigga. You're wasting your time. I'm letting you know now. Women ain't built like that. They take all that beating. I still won't do a damn thing you say. Am I wrong or right? You ever seen a woman fighting up? When her man get knocked the hell out, this big ass dude, the woman run in the middle trying to defend you. He's sitting there hitting on her, beating her, she's still coming at him. Fight him. That's not the way you conquer her. How do you conquer a woman? She gotta willingly give it to you. Here. That's how you conquer a woman. Crazy, man. She's the weaker vessel, so you want to deal with her accordingly. That. Wait up.
Just to bring it back to what you were saying about, you know what I'm saying, with Adam and Eve. Like of course, we know it's the fruit that it's talking about the knowledge. You know, it was a certain knowledge that she was not supposed to accept, right? And so, like you said, like Adam was in a position, being her head, that he should have taught her the right way. Now, a silly sister can get taught something the wrong way.
Right.
Come back to her husband and say, yeah, I was taught this. I was told this. And then, like you said, the brother should have checked it. That's what didn't happen. And then when the Most High checked Adam, Adam said, well, no, it was the woman. It was the woman that
it was the what? Give him again.
The
first thing Adam did when the Most High came to him and checked, like, yo, you know, do you think the Most High didn't know Eve did it? Right. Of course he know Eve did it. Why did he go to Adam? Because I left you in charge of her. Right. Listen to me. Life is very simple, man. There's an order to everything. In the ISUPK, the reason why we have order, you know what I'm saying, is because no different than I could show you officers in the Bible. order in the Bible. How Christ had a ranking system in the Bible. There's an order to everything, man. The Most High went to Adam because I left you in charge. You was in charge. So she went astray, you failed. He said, no, the woman you gave me her. The woman you gave me. That was the wrong thing to say. Absolute wrong thing to say. He did not understand. That's a man. He didn't understand the knowledge. Huh? He did not understand the knowledge. And two things that showed me. One, show you how much of a weakness women are to men. Any real woman out there, let me say this to you. If you want to pick up the masculine image of a man, and I mean this, I want to say this slowly for you. And I mean this with the utmost disrespect. You are a dumb ass bitch.
That's right.
You are a dummy. You know the power you guys hold to have the ear of a man? Eve had the ear of her husband. Wrong or right? So much so she got him to eat of that same fruit. You mean to tell me that this woman who was brought to Adam by the Most High, he knew this. So Adam knew the power of the Most High. And you went against that power for this woman he brought you? Man, she got to have some power out. You know what they say. That box got to be different. Eve must have been a bad broad. She must have had that. Excuse my language. I'm saying she must have had that. For him to go against his power. I mean, if you're a woman out there, you want to take up the masculinity of a man. You want to be a man. Shut up, nigga. You ain't talk to your husband in any kind of way. You're a foolish woman. Not knowing that all you got to, if you pick up to be feminine, to be like how Eve was, you can gain the whole world. Am I wrong or right? So much so the Most High said if it was not for this book right here, if it's not for the words of the Most High, the woman would be the most powerful entity on the face of the earth. Me paraphrasing. The woman would be the number one thing on the face of the earth if it wasn't for God. How do I know? They trying to do it today. Bringing homosexuality. How do they bring in homosexuality first? Show the white man so crafty. He first then put it on TV. I never forget there was a show called Flavor of Love. They used to come on or whatnot. Well, it used to have two women kissing. Flavor used to have the two women kissing. First time I seen it. First time I seen it on the TV. That's why I mentioned the Flavor of Love, right? He first brought in lesbianism to get you to accept homosexuality. Because you know what? For you got to be fair, right? What you do to one side, you got to do to the other side. Meaning, if you accept lesbianism, you got to accept homosexuality. So he then brought in as a sexual choice, like two women kissing each other, and he make that kind of like something that men kind of sexualize. You know what I'm saying? Men kind of want. And then sure enough, today, we got homosexuality being passed in all these states. Crafty counsel, man. He used women for that. Right? Women are being used every single day. Every single day. The white man used your woman to kick you out, to control you, kick you out the house. He hired your woman, do not hire you. So the woman is a breadwinner. And when she be the breadwinner, she's accustomed to what? Doing what I don't need him. One of the worst things you do is have a black woman out, Hispanic or Native American woman out, become a supervisor or manager. It goes to her. If you don't conquer that woman out, it goes to her head. The white man have done that. And he's used your woman. It's his chest, not checker. It's his chest.
Follow what you were just saying.
Go ahead, I'm coming right to you too, officer.
The order is all wrong.
Right. Damn.
The woman's God is Lucifer. And men, God is the woman. We love the nastiest thing on a woman. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? We know, girl, man. We know, yeah. We know exactly what you're talking about. And that's what gained a lot of us. Yeah. That's what got a lot. So much so, the wisest man other than Christ fell by that. King Solomon. Don't forget how King Solomon fell. King Solomon had 700 concubines and 300 wives. That's fine. You can have as much wives as you want. That's not a problem. Out of these wives that he took, the heathen wives he took out, he had Asians, white women. Give me right in this prop. African woman. Solomon had every nationality of woman that he had. So much so,
they entice him to set up statues of their gods. Each woman, like if you get an Asian woman, it was a statue of Buddha, a big oversized fat Asian sitting, you know what I'm saying? Obese Asian sitting right there in the midst of Solomon's temple. What are you doing? God said first not to get together with these other nations, not because they ugly, not because a white woman got no ass, not because the Arab women smell like Salaki, you know what I'm saying? No, Salaki, you know what I'm saying? Smell like sweat and all, I'm saying, not because of that, but because she would lead you astray. She would bring you onto her God. Go ahead, officer.
Oh no, so like I was just gonna say, because you had brought up a couple of minutes ago about how a woman's power is not in her being, masculine.
Mm-hmm.
Her power is in being feminine. A perfect example of that is Esther.
Man,
like Esther.
Get a brother a hand. I'm gonna let you tell a lot. The brother said a perfect example of a woman, I'm saying, living her natural power, being feminine. The feminine, like you being a woman and being feminine, that's where your power comes in. He gives an example of Esther. Go ahead up.
Yeah, like Esther, that was an Israelite sister that was married to Xerxes, which was an Assyrian king.
Right.
A man of another nation. And that king was trying to destroy the children of Israel, trying to absolutely, basically commit genocide against the children of Israel.
Right.
And when she found that out, she came crying in the king's court. Now, she was not even supposed to be able to come in front of the king's court. Right. Without, I think it was like 7 days
presented, yeah, like
right.
Like an appointment kind of thing.
Right. But she just came in front of the king's court. She dressed up real nice, came in front of the king's court, started crying, and the king, Xerxes, all of the rules that he had went out the window. This beautiful woman.
That sister Esther was a bad sister. Hey, that's where calm.
She got that whole deed reversed, and she got Haman killed because Haman was the one that put out the decree. You know what I'm saying? There's so much power in being feminine, being subject to a man. So
man. As a black man, you know out there, when she beautiful and feminine.
Same with Judith.
Hey, get a brother a hand. My brother said the same thing with Judith. I don't think these women understand how the white man has played you. He made you pick up the characteristics of your man. Pick up the role of your man. You think he's doing you a favor. He know he's destroying you. The brother said earlier, they're taking crafty counsel. They know they're doing this. It's you that don't know because you're foolish. God said, "What my people were destroyed for a lack of knowledge." The lack of knowledge that Israelites have, man, it's an ass knows his owner, right? But Israel, not meaning a donkey knows owner. A donkey's a dumb salakia. A donkey's a dumb animal. But a donkey have more knowledge than us. Because donkey follows his owner. But Israelites, us, we can't even come together in one consent. If I ask a brother now today, who's the best rapper, you're gonna get 100 different answers out. You have about 100 different answers. Ask a brother who's the best boxer. Forget about that. You don't have a man. They might fighting. Just over you having a back, you know what I'm saying? Just pick a boxer, right? We can't even do that. Ask black people today, before I close the class out. Ask black people today. Let's say America break out in the Civil War. Right? Civil War comes to America. We're all grown men and women here. We got children, right? You know one thing. These nations are gathering themselves together. The Asians are gathering themselves together. The Africans are even gathering themselves together. The Arabs are gathering themselves together. Black people, are you going to gather together? Vast majority of black people, yes. We're going to gather together. Now, will they gather together? Let's say they do gather together, right? Here's how foolish we are. When you gather together, right? Under what consent would you be on when you gather together? What I mean by under what consent? Go ahead, Al.
No, I was saying it won't be no consent. Everybody.
Right? I don't think we understand the definition of gathering together, meaning you be on one consent. You're all in agreement. Under what agreement will we be under? If there's anything the Asians are in a disagreement, they will reign. This war starts, they will protect their people to the death. The white man, they want to protect everything they have raped, robbed, and their ancestors killed for to death. All these nations are coming together and want to fight and protect their nation to death. When they're coming together, here's what a lot of people, our people don't understand. Coming together means something as small as when that time break out, water. Where's your water? Something as small as natural resource. Where's your medicine? Have you been gathering medicine? Have you been gathering food, canned foods? Where have you been growing food? Have you been gathering weapons? That's what you want to say, huh?
Self-preservation, sir.
They don't understand that, huh? I got a son and a daughter, right? They both do something. Let's say they playing with was one glass and it broke, right? They both playing with the glass and it broke. I said, listen to me. Both y'all can get a whooping, right? They say yes. They shook their little kids. I'm messing with them. I'm using this as an example. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see something in them. You know what I said to them? I said, but you know what? I only give one of you a whooping. Who's gonna get a whooping? My daughter without hesitation. Him, Buddy, because she gave him, that's his nickname she gave him. She's like, shit, if somebody gotta get a whooping, like he give him the whooping because even the little children understand self-preservation. Once again, we got black people today that's not willing to come together unless white people can join. They don't understand that. Self-preservation amongst us do not exist, huh? If Christ do not come back, we are done for. We are done for. This war is to come. Do you know people know what black communities worry about today? What's the number one thing black people worry about today? Pot. No. Being in 2020, when today is Thursday, what's the number one thing today black people are worried about? What's in the news?
Oh, you talking about
what's in the news today? Black people are worried about. The black community, everybody worried about. Not so much so. I'm talking about social, something cardinal. You know our people. Say it again. Say it again.
The crate challenge.
What? In 2021, with Afghans taking back Afghanistan and threatening to bomb Israel, World War III on the verge. And that's your biggest worry today. Can't see how much of a joke we are at. We are a joke to these nations, man. The crate challenge is the biggest thing in our community today. Not the sister that just got killed by the police officer. They got into a little fight and the police pull up and kill her. Not her. A little 15-year-old girl. Not her. Who he could have easily muscled to the ground. Not her. They weren't about the crate challenge. All the killers that run around these cities, they even show a crate challenge that these two neighborhoods are at war. They do the crate challenge out in the middle of their neighborhood. The ops came by and started shooting the place up. Shot one of them. That's you don't even know how to go to war. You don't even know how to go to war. You're out in your front yard doing a crate challenge with your women and children, a little girl right there in the midst of war. To show you how much I never forget this. When a brother by the name of Mike Brown died, I would never, ever forget this. I'm going to keep screaming the same thing. When Mike Brown died, it was a story came out that the Crips and the Bloods out in St. Louis and the GDs and all of them, they were coming together, right? Crips and the Bloods specifically was coming together and they're going to start killing police officers. What community leaders did was, the black community leaders did, they gathered leaders of the Crips and the Bloods and they brought them on TV, right? And had them say on TV, the Crips and Blood says, and I quote, I don't know where that's coming from, but that is incorrect. Here in the Crips and the Bloods, we do not condone killing police officers. I would never forget that news conference. I would never, ever forget that news conference. Meanwhile, they're gunning each other down the streets. They're enemies to each other, but they came together on one consent to get the white man off their ass. Fear is the reason why you do not want to join the ISUPK. Because you look at the ISUPK to remind you of everything that the white man hates. Fear is the reason why you refuse to come in and join the ISUPK and get into order. That is the reason why, because you know what's to befall us. Fear. You cowards. That is the reason why. No different than the time, the reason why those Sadducees and the Pharisees did not want to join Christ. Out of fear. Out of fear that the Romans are going to destroy us. You cowards. That is the reason why. I would never forget that press conference. How disappointed I was in these brothers, man. There's something you want to say before we close class? With that, I pass the class to Priest and Officer Parat.
These are the ISUPK security announcements. We're the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. These are the rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to save themselves of the world, and if they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After that 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. The word tithes means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asheret. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give it to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. Priest funds, which are the free will offerings for the priest, they're not mandatory, but whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, all right? September 6th. September 6th, we'll be having the memorial of the blowing of trumpets. That'll be on a Monday. We'll be having it here at this school. We'll have food. Of course, any Israelite, any Black, Hispanic, or Native American will be able to come, get down with us, and of course, you know what I'm saying, it'll be a high Sabbath, so we'll have a high Sabbath service, and we'll also have food for your families and all of that, all right? Also, if you come into the physical school location, make sure to GPS the school's location, visit the school's website, search up ISUPK Arizona on Google, and click the website. And if you've not already, post a review of the school on Google. If any brother wants to become a member of the school and become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, and that includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. All right, with that, we're going to get a teacher a courtesy salute. So men of Israel, Imagine with me to stand. I'm going to face the teacher. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak.
Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Matzah, class this week.